So the Cardinal Lab is a vocational program for adults 18 to 22, and we go to different job sites based on students' abilities. So based on where they are, they'll go out in the community or they'll stay back in the school and work on daily living skills and other jobs that we do in the school building.
The room's set up for functional and employable skills that we have two areas to be able to work. We have a leisure area to be able to show the students how to be able to perform functions for at home, for life skills, as well as we have availability for doing workplace setting so they can work on basic manufacturing skills and skills that will allow them to be employable.
We try to have them make their breakfasts, and from start to finish.
Right, they make a choice of what they want to eat. They have to go through all the steps in making the breakfast, and
we try to make them as independent as possible.
Including cleaning up afterwards, washing dishes.
Yep, loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher.
We work on the basic cleaning skills so they can understand how to clean the house, as well as going through and washing clothes, doing laundry, doing the basic things that we have available for us.
So I just took the student's hand today and he and I did dishes, and it was just hand over hand, and I was just trying to make eye contact with him, show him how to hold the cup or the fork or whatever in the one hand, the sponge in the other hand, down in the soapy water, and we're just doing hand over hand. Then I would have him hand it to the student next to him that would then load it into the dishwasher, and have him make eye contact with that student and try to say his name, and all the while verbalizing it, you know, trying to get his communication skills, just try to get that out of him. If we didn't have this kitchen, this setting, this whole living style area, if we were in a regular classroom, that wouldn't happen. You don't have the resources. And here we have all the resources we need to be able to do all that, and he wouldn't have that otherwise.
You know, especially with doing it over and over again, I think that, or at least we hope that someday that they'll be able to continue on when they get home and be and be able to do certain things on their own and not need as much help, you know, from somebody else or a caregiver or whatever.
So Mentor decided to open up what's called the Clothes Closet at Mentor High School, and this is a donation-only collection from staff members in the district to give back to students and families that are in need of clothing and other related toiletries and those types of things. So it's on a referral basis right now only, and then my students get that Google form as like a order form, and we go around in the clothes closet and we find the items that are needed, and those items get boxed up and then sent out to the school, to the staff member, and then the staff member right now delivers it to the family. So my students have gained so many wonderful skills from the clothes closet. Not only are we giving back to the community, which I just love, you know, and we're helping people out, the students are learning retail skills, use of hangers, hanging things up on racks by size. We're tagging using a tag gun. They're learning how, you know, safety with that and how to use that. They are learning how to just, in general, follow like a process. So, you know, we have the donations, we have to wash them, then we put them, then we sort them by sizes, then we tag them, then they have to be hung up. So that whole process, and just being able to finish a job from the beginning to end, I think is great for them. At Mentor, the Spirit Store used to be held in the athletic office, and community members and staff members could go down to the athletic office and buy what they wanted, and that money went to Cardinal parents. Well, Hillary Hoos wrote a grant and decided that we could run the Spirit Store as part of a work study program for our students to gain real retail skills. So just this past 2 weeks ago, we opened up the bookstore / spiritwear store, and our students were able to, you know, take all the inventory, put it out on the shelves. They were able to put it into the iPad for our inventory, and they're actually doing sales on the register and greeting customers, and it's been wonderful.
And here we're going to also have a catering business where students can prepare food and set up banquets and bring food to meetings so that they can practice the skills, not so much about the cooking, but more of the prep work, the banquet setup, that they can serve, and again, the communication skills so that they can practice how to interact with a variety of people. When we first began the grant, we talked with employers and BVR reps from around the area, and our kids are getting jobs in the hospitality industry as janitors, as food prep, in retail. So we really modeled this space to provide those experiences where kids are going to find employment after they graduate.
I think my favorite part about the Spirit Store is just the fact that the students are actually getting out of the classroom and they're inside, the Spirit Store, which is kind of like, center of Menor High, and they're getting to interact with other teachers, interact with other students and other staff. And I think that's great to see them have that ability to talk with other people.
My favorite part about the Cardinal Lab is the different job sites we go on.
So at the job sites that we have available, we have a variety of skills that are practiced as far as housekeeping skills. We do packaging skills, manufacturing skills. We do a lot of those things in order for them to understand the basic skills necessary so they can become employable as they reach adulthood.
I like being out and about on my job sites that I go to, like indoor plastics and mental, medical, and hope test. Indoor plastics, I do assembly line. It's when we put parts together, like horns or sprays, like little spray bottles. Mental, medical, we do housekeeping, so like we dust tables and chairs and we sweep the floors. Hope test, we hang up clothes.
My favorite job site is the United Methodist Preschool because I like working with kids. I just go there and help with the 2 teachers there. We play with them, we read them books and stuff.
We sometimes do the same thing, like we do like housekeeping and maintenance, and I clean one thing and people clean other things too.
I like working at the Civic Center bake sale and La Melfa. I enjoy doing the bake sale because I enjoy seeing the same customers every week and seeing them happy with our bake sale. At La Melfa, I enjoy relaxing and cleaning silverware.
I had to clean the bathrooms and garbage cans and spray cactuses and clean the break room.
I sweep the floor. I wash the dishes. And I fold the towels.
I do the laundry. I do the garbage. I fill up the soaps.
I wash the tables and do the chairs, and sometimes we do silverware.
I love it here because I work hard.
I like that I like making things all neat and clean.
So working with the employers in the community settings has benefited the kids greatly by being able to have social interaction with other people outside of the school setting, which allows them to be more comfortable in being able to go out and interview for jobs, as well as going to places of work and understanding that they have to be, again, flexible with their job site and be able to communicate with people in general.
When the students come to see us on Fridays, they help us in breakers. They come in, they help water all of my plants. As you can see, we have plenty of trees around here. They help wipe down the tables, things that I would have to have one of my staff members do, so that they do that for me. They also help, roll silverware for catering events. So that saves us time and effort having to do that. For the coaches and the, whoever is going to be with them, the staff that's with them, what they need to know is that they should talk to whoever the employer is, but they have to let the employer talk to the student themselves. They can't be answering for them. You know, I can sit and I can talk with the students and ask them questions, and it may take me a little while to get the answer from them, but I prompt them to get. So I've told coaches and that it's let them answer. You know, they need to see that they can do this on their own.
The Cardinal Lab this year started internships, and we were able to get Lakeland on as a partner, a community partnership to take on some of our students who are ready to be independent.
From my perspective as an educator, when I see either Cody or Heather engaged in a task and they're taking full responsibility, whether or not a mistake happens, the opportunity to really own the work that they do, I think is really important, and it's something that I get to see here when they come in.
So my Tier 4 students are going to be leaving the Cardinal Lab soon. So these students are going to be out trying to find jobs out on their own, filling out job applications and working with the county to find jobs. So it's important that they're getting more independent experience. So this space allows them to work on their own. It allows them not to have a job coach, hovering over them, telling them every step what to do, and it just gives them a chance to make mistakes, and that's okay to make mistakes and learn from them, and it's just teaching them a more authentic experience on a job.
We welcome them here and give them real responsibilities, to make it truly competitive. It's not so much, I don't really have all of the time in the world to be able to be looking over their shoulder when they're working on every single project.
Heather actually came to me the other day, and she said that she really enjoyed all the different projects and that the projects are different every day and that they're not the same work all the time. So she's enjoying the variety of jobs that are being given to him. And Cody said he really enjoys working with the inventory side and taking inventory and seeing all the products that they have and being able to sort and put that into an Excel sheet. He's enjoying doing that.
It's been pretty much focused on cleaning, organization, inventory, as well as Heather has taken a liking to more forward-facing customer service and greeting and showing the space to different visitors that we have here.
When they get to the Tier 4 level, I was their job coach, and then I stepped away, and then Owen is the director of the Hive area, and he's taken over as the supervisor, and he's the one that gives the directions, he's the one that tells the students what to do, and then him and I have that connection where we can collaborate together. So if he doesn't understand how to help a student, that's where I come in, and I can still do the accommodations, and I can still give the student help when needed.
Being here with Cody and Heather is really affirming because we have the opportunity to actually integrate them into what we're doing here, and they're just as much a part of this operation and our success as anyone else. And it's truly a living example of that idea that everybody should be integrated together. We all have different needs, but there are ways that we can all have our needs met without separating us into different spaces and having radically different approaches for the way that we work.
I work 28 hours a week, 4 days or 3 days. At TriPoint Medical Center, I help them prepare food, and I got a job there. I volunteered there, then I applied for the job. I started working there about beginning of November, and I like it there so far. They fit around me. Sometimes I work during the day, sometimes I don't. Whenever I work, I just come in for part of the day, then I leave for work.
I work at McDonald's at Manila Lake, and I give the guests the food, I sweep the floors and clean the tables.
What do you want to do for a job after you graduate?
Probably go to TJ Maxx on one of those clothing stores.
When I graduate, I want to work in the hospital or with preschoolers.
After I graduate, I hope to work in a retail store or daycare.
After I graduate Cardinal Lab, I hope I get a volunteering job at a hospital or a museum to help kids and make kids happy every day.
What do you want to do after you graduate for a job?
could stock the shelf for Heinens?
I'm looking for a job that has communication skills and some stamina skills, something I can do by myself.
Skills that are necessary for the job coaches to be able to have are ones that are very flexible and understanding that things aren't always going to go the way you think they're going to go when you're out in a job setting. And that's also conveyed to the students, and so they have an understanding that they have to be flexible as well. And one of your bosses may tell you that you need to do something a certain way, and you think you're doing something a certain way, and then all of a sudden your boss says, no, you're not doing it right, you need to do it this way. You can't get frustrated or down on yourself. You have to be able to adapt and adjust and be flexible with everything.
I learned not to give attitude when you're on a job site. Because if you have an attitude and when you have a job, they might not want you to work for them anymore and they might fire you.
Be patient. Try your best and work hard.
In the Cardinal Lab, I learned computer, money, and people skills to help me get a volunteering job in the future.
It helped me because I got more experience with other job sites when I was here.